where you started motivation is the most important. Like, I'm talking about like where we started, like poor kid from the hood that had his lights go off sometimes. Never knew when they were going to get a meal, sometimes 3 or 4 days, sometimes 2 or 3 days without food, like 3 brothers struggling in the hood. Like, and that's who you identify with. You identify with the young kid that's struggling to get a meal, that's poor, that's living in a car, that's getting the church food box. You know what I mean? That's who you identify with, mostly because you were just a poor kid. You know what it's like to have your lights off. You know what it's like to have no food. You know the struggle. And seeing this type of kid, identifying with you and understanding that they can make it no matter what their odds were in the beginning. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. And you can catch people from behind if you work real hard. So I think that's the most important thing that we do as humans, especially being poor kids from the hood that were, violated, that were exposed to drugs at a young age, that saw pornography at a young age. Like, everything that happened to you bad, it made you stronger, it made you better, and it made you more well-rounded to live in this world. And I think that is the advantage I have over anybody who's been privileged, is I know what struggle is. I know how to fail because I started from such a low place. So I think that is the most important quality I hold over anybody who's had a spoon in their mouth, is the fact that I know what it's like to be in a losing situation, and I also know what it's like to be in a winning situation. So when I'm dealing with adversity, that's nothing to me. And I think I don't panic because I've starved.